Nope. Wake up. Good morning. Rock here.
Nancy here.
Of course you are.
Oh my goodness. I need that song to wake me up.
Sure. Yeah, it's been one of those mornings where the bike ride, yesterday's bike ride really killed me.
Yeah, it's like to get that pep in your step.
There's a lot of heat yesterday, and the bike ride was long, and heat, and sun, and no sunscreen, and all the combinations of
Playing basketball.
playing basketball and having 3 beers and stuff like that. You know, it was great.
That's you.
It was great. No complaints.
I had coconut water and chaga iced tea, which was really awesome.
Very good. Very good. Very
Thank
good.
you, Jose, for the recommendation. It's actually really good.
Yeah. How's everybody doing out on the interweb?
Yes. How's everybody doing? How's your post Canada Day
Right.
celebration?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how's everybody doing
I'm surprised
after
we have
Canada
any,
Day?
Yeah, I'm surprised we have anybody up this early after a big celebratory day.
Canada Day is always special. You know?
Yeah, let me just say, man, we are so blessed to live in this country.
Canada.
More so now than ever, because it's like you're seeing, you know, our neighbors, what they're going through, and it's like, wow.
You mean the States?
I'm not going to mention any names, but wow.
The States.
Wow.
They're going through. It's interesting. It's exactly what they deserve. I mean, it's like a reality show. That's what happens when you elect a reality star,
Right.
a celebrity, as president. That's what
Yeah.
happens.
Well, especially during these times, right?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm just
sure
saying.
he's like, I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, none of these prime ministers or presidents were like, man, I was just hoping to coast for 4 years, and now they're like, oh, COVID-19, we got to do something.
Right.
So it's
Good
tough.
morning, Ann. Good
It's
morning,
tough.
Lise. Yeah, I don't know much about, like, I'm not big in politics or anything like that, but, you know, obviously you hear things here and there,
Yeah.
and from what I hear, it doesn't, I'm happy to be Canadian.
Yeah, I don't follow the news all that much. I just find the news is geared for making you fearful and separating everybody. And they don't really tell the truth.
No.
So I don't listen to any of that stuff because they all have an agenda or an angle that they want to work or a narrative that they have to follow. And often it's, they don't seek the truth. They seek to post something or print something as soon as possible. Whatever story they have, first. We got to be first to print it, even if it's wrong or false or
Yeah.
a lie. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I feel like, because of all of this is going on, I mean, we're taking our precautions and we're being safe and you know, we're really focusing on staying healthy and staying safe.
Yeah.
But I can't help to wonder if it's a little bit blown out of proportion because
Could be.
it's, you know, you have this virus going on,
Mm-hmm.
you know, globally.
Yeah.
And
As you have many others.
Yeah.
Viruses.
Yes,
Just
exactly.
Putting that out there.
And what the many negative side effects to this COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic is really like ruining a lot of people's lives, and I can't help but feel like
Yeah.
because we tend to be sheep who follow the herd and you know following best practices of you know staying safe and staying healthy, I can't help but to feel like my gut instinct is telling me like, yes, be safe and be healthy, but really focus on what is going on mentally, all of
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
what's going on inside of us.
How's this affecting us mentally?
Yes, and like there's so many like separations and divorces because of this, and it's like it's really heartbreaking. Like
So the secondary effects of this COVID-19 quarantine will certainly outweigh the actual death toll of COVID-19 patients.
Yeah.
I almost say customers.
no, but it's true, and it's really sad to see. Like sometimes when I really start thinking about it, I'm like, oh my god, like so many, like, because there's so much fear, boredom, depression, uncertainty. There's all of these waves of emotions that are going through so many people's
right.
lives that you're wondering like, how is this playing out from day to day, and how long
Right.
is this playing out? And now we're looking into going back to school for the kids. How are they going to be?
That's right.
Like-
That's right. It's going to affect the kids, and we've against maybe the better judgment of the general population, but we've allowed our daughter to see her friends. Not all of her friends, but a couple of friends here and there.
Yeah.
For the last month and a half, we've just let her, because otherwise she's going bonkers here. This is going to be her childhood trauma.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's the thing. I feel like that my gut instinct is telling me like you need to bend the rule a little bit,
Yeah, a
like
little
for
bit.
their mental sanity,
Yeah.
like especially them.
Yeah.
And even us, like I'm always gonna say this, like we thrive on love and connection, and kids, they especially thrive on love and connection. So
Yeah.
and socializing. So whoever's in agreement to seeing each other,
We're on board.
we're on board. Like
Yeah.
it's very important.
Yeah, we're moving on. You know, like I feel for people who have who are more what do you call that, susceptible to catching any disease. Period. I feel for you guys, but that's
and
not
they
us.
should take
That's
the
not us.
extreme measures
Yeah.
of health and safety for
Yeah,
sure.
we're doing our best. Like when we go out, I don't cough on people.
No.
I don't do that.
No.
But I keep my distance, and if I have to wear a mask to go somewhere, if they ask, if it's mandatory, I'll wear it. If it's not mandatory,
course.
I don't wear it.
Yeah, of course. Like we're not oblivious to all of this,
Right,
obviously.
right. We do our
just
due
be-
diligence when we have to.
Yeah.
But mostly we eat healthy.
Mm-hmm.
We have a positive attitude
For the most part.
for the most part, and we take care of like I said, due diligence. We're not coughing on people on purpose or stuff like that. So
Yeah. So I feel like anybody who is watching this, and a lot of people are angry. There's a lot of tension between people. And
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of this is because we're not connecting to one another.
yeah,
And we're living this scarcity fear-based mentality. And when we're living in a fear-based scarcity mentality, we are just looking after ourselves,
yeah,
and because we want to make sure that we're safe, and
Yeah.
we're not being compassionate and
Yeah.
giving. And am I out of the frame here?
no,
Okay. And that's where the juice is. That's where it's like, that's how like
yeah, definitely. I mean,
it's taking its toll. In
just to
mentally.
give you another example of how the media and all of this is meant to divide us even further. Now we've got the war on, oh, well, if you don't wear the mask, you don't respect people. Oh, the mask doesn't work. Oh, the mask works. That's another thing that's added to our overwhelming push for being divided. Not us per se, but the media. They,
as a collective.
want us to fight amongst ourselves. There's no two ways about it. Just try this. If you watch the news every day and you're feeling anxious, try this. Don't watch the news for the next 2-3 days. Let me know how you feel. Guaranteed you're gonna feel better.
Yeah.
You're just gonna feel less anxious.
Yeah.
And that should be a clear indicator. You should listen to that in your gut. That should be a clear gut instinct for you to say, maybe I should stop watching this. It's like,
Or definitely in moderation, and crowding out with something that will help.
Sure, yeah, I
serve your
mean-
mindset.
what can you control? Well, you can eat healthier. You can exercise. You can do that. You can be mindful and aware. You could follow social distancing. But I don't think that we should allow ourselves to fall on this, crazy train of panic. I don't think it's as bad as they led us to believe. In fact, the numbers that they predicted, this is what I know, just do your own research, but the numbers that they predicted are so much lower than what they thought that now, and I've said this before, anytime you pop into the hospital, let's just say a COVID death, you pop into the hospital and you got hit by a bus and you're dying anyways, or you've got cancer, stage 4 cancer, and you're about to die anyways, you're dying, but they test you for COVID. If you have COVID, oh, that's a COVID death. That's how skewed the numbers are. That's how low they are. They're just, well, we're just going to add anybody, you know? Oh, decapitated by a bus? Did he have COVID? Yes, COVID death. It's like, it's a bit much, you know? And I don't know all of the backdoor stuff to that. So, like, again, I'm just a guy, you know. So just do your own research, but I just think it's a bit much, you know? People wearing masks in their cars, that's a bit much, you know?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's context around that. And
Sure.
if you're
Paranoia.
carpooling, stop. If you're carpooling and you're wearing masks, then obviously, but if you're alone in your car, then, you know.
Well, if you're in your car with your family, probably shouldn't wear, don't need to wear a mask.
No,
in the
but
car.
if you're, no, it's just, it's a strange times, and people are either fed up or they're really, sometimes people are very bully and shameful around other people for, like, if they're not wearing the mask, if they're not keeping their distance, if they're...
You had something happen to you with the guy with the mask. The guy was saying, you should be wearing a mask in here.
Oh yeah, we were in the store and nobody else was wearing it. Well,
Not even the staff.
the staff wasn't even wearing a
Say a
mask.
month
We were
ago.
keeping our distance and everything. And the guy comes up to me wearing a mask and he's like, "You should wear your mask." And it's just like
People.
the vulnerable should wear the mask, and the vulnerable should, you know, really keep their distance and do like the extreme measures of health and safety. But for the healthy people, I mean, we're doing the best that we can for to stay healthy, to stay, you know, mind, body, and spirit, especially mind, spirit. And
Definitely.
this is definitely hurting the spirit aspect of humanity. Like, it's
Of the soul.
oh my goodness, and I really want to raise the awareness around this, because are we pushing this a bit too far for our mentality's sake?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or,
Maybe.
You know,
I think it's yes and it's no at the same time. It's
Yeah.
like, we're damned if we do, damned if we don't.
Yeah.
How long are we going to drag this out?
Yeah.
You know, do we take a chance and just say back to normal?
Right.
And then we just say, well, those who are vulnerable, protect yourselves more.
Yeah.
And those who are not, go back to work, or is that what we're going to do? Or are we just going to drag this out the way it is now for another 6 months?
Yeah.
I mean, luckily they've extended CERB for 2 months. So July and then August, one more. But what happens in September? They don't even know what they're going to do with schools. They're thinking about because now they can only have 15 kids per class. So they might do one day your kid goes to school, one day your kid doesn't. Or they might do the homeschooling. Okay, that's all fine and dandy, but who's going to stay at home and watch these kids?
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen to work? Are they going to extend CERB? I mean, it's all kind of effed up in my mind.
Yeah, and it's the thing that's most scary is that there's no, like, okay, it's gonna be like this for 2 weeks and then it's gonna be done. No, we don't know. There's no.
That's right.
There's no end in sight. So it's like, it's really worrisome for a lot of people, especially with, you know, everything's being put on hold. There's a hire freeze. There's luckily I can go back to work.
Yeah.
But if there's a second wave, maybe the job will be taken away,
yeah,
and then
maybe they'll
CERB
cancel
will
that.
probably eventually run out. So, you know, I mean, I feel like we're starting off our day on a negative.
No, I think this is just awareness.
It's
I
just
mean, I'm positive about
creating
it.
awareness around, do we, for the people who are most vulnerable to this disease, do they take the massive precautions, and do us, the rest of the people, kind of get the economy going, kind of get like our life back on track type of thing? Like, can we find a balance somehow?
I don't know.
Let us know what you guys are thinking.
Yeah, what do you
about
guys
all
think?
of this.
I
I'm
think
really
that we,
curious to see.
I think that we first of all have to stop listening to the news. That's what I would suggest people stop doing.
Yeah, or in moderation, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just never.
And even Anne was saying that they're closing the airport in North Bay.
Is that a permanent closure, or is it just because of COVID? I don't know. Yeah, it's really crazy. Like, even my brother and I, we went to the store in Kingston, and everybody has to wear masks, right? So we're in the store, we're just picking up a couple of supplies for the barbecue, stuff like that. Everybody's wearing a mask, so you're already like, that's as good as it's gonna get, right? Other than wearing a hazmat suit and staying at home, this is the best you're gonna get. So we're walking to go out to the checkout line, and
permanently because of COVID. Oh,
so
my
yeah, we're
goodness.
walking out to the checkout line. You know, it's all barricaded, and there's a guy coming from the aisle. he's butting into the line, and he does this to us. Stop. And I'm like, well, first of all, like, we're the ones going into the line. You're the one who's like coming on to us. You stop, right? Mm-hmm. So as a joke, I'm not sure if I said this already.
Yeah.
I did?
No, not on this.
Not on this? I started singing, "Stop in the name of love," really loud in the store as he did that. And the cashiers saw him do that, and they thought, like, come on. And everybody started laughing.
What did you say?
I'm not doing it again.
Oh.
But yeah, I had to brush it off that way because it was like I wasn't gonna feed into this guy's triple paranoia. You know,
Yeah.
we're wearing masks, he's wearing mask, we're already kind of distant, and he's walking upon us. It's like, no, come on, guy, like you.
Yeah, you broke the pattern.
Yeah, like, come
that's
on.
awesome, and that's exactly it. When you're fearful, you can't. It takes away from your empathy, your compassion, because your mind's thinking you gotta protect yourself. You gotta protect yourself and your family.
Yeah.
So people are like they're like angry and fearful and they're like bullies and shaming and like it's like I don't know. It's like and it's separating us even more and more and more. And we're human who needs to be staying together as you know.
Yeah.
So it's
tough.
It's tough. It's like yeah, it's really tough economically, mentally. Socially.
Oh, it's gonna change everything long term.
This
like,
cannot be the new norm. This cannot be the new norm.
the handshake
we
is
need
now
to find
finished.
a balance.
Yeah. So I think it's important you guys follow your gut. You know, like if you feel like
your kids need socializing.
Yeah.
socializing.
Maybe it's time for you to say, hey,
be responsible, but follow your gut.
like reach out to some of their friends and see if their parents are okay with that. And if they're okay, then I would say let them do it. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's called herd immunity for a reason. The more we are connected to each other, the more bacteria we share, the more immunity we develop. Now, of course, the flip side of that is the more we would be prone to catching the disease, but that's kind of what you want, in a way. You want all the healthy people to catch this disease so that the herd immunity helps everybody else. Mm-hmm. And I would say, if you are a person who's in a vulnerable position, I've got a friend who's, what does he have, Dexter?
Oh, he has
cystic fibrosis.
Yes.
So he hasn't even left the house since March. 0.
And he lives in Toronto.
He lives in Toronto. I feel for that guy. My buddy, he hasn't even left his house because he's vulnerable, right? Yeah. And I get that.
He works from home, luckily.
But you see, he did the right thing. He's vulnerable. He stayed inside the house. He did the right thing for himself. Mm-hmm. Me, not so much. I'm not as vulnerable. You know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I'm really fortunate that we are following our gut. Like we need socializing. We're socializing human beings.
And as much as we need social distancing as well, you know, there's a balance, right?
Yes,
So we're finding that.
Yes, but we're not like taking this to the extreme where we're staying home. We're not seeing anybody.
No.
Like even some of our friends are like, yeah, let's see each other, like at a distance, but let's see each other. And like Marie-France yesterday, she was like, we can come over for a drink and stay in the yard. And
yeah, that's cool.
Like, I mean, yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Like, you know?
Just let me know what you expect.
Yeah, right? Yeah. And we'd love to hear your feedback on this. This is a very important topic.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? We're so over this.
Should we, stay the course and hope, that we don't get to phase or stage 20?
And how long is this going to be?
And how long should we do this for?
And pay attention to the negative side effects to all of this. Is it even worth continuing on like this?
Have you noticed people around you maybe being a bit more irate, anxious, or angry because of this? Mm-hmm. Or are you feeling a general sense of everybody loves each other? I mean, it depends where you're coming from.
Right.
I think if you're coming from a bigger place where the illness is more, it could spread quicker. You might see a bit more like that guy. You might see that more. Mm-hmm. But if you're in a small town where you haven't even had one case, it might be different there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Love to hear your feedback.
Yeah. Absolutely.
As always, we love you guys. Don't forget to relax.
Yeah.
We love you. Have yourself a great day. Peace out.
Bye, guys.